Aliu! Aliu! Ugh. Sorry, I got the sniffles there for a second. Aliu! Oh my gosh. Hi guys! Aliu! Hello everybody! Hi! Hi guys! Welcome to the stream. My name is Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm a coffee-fueled bunny host with zero passion for voice acting, and I absolutely love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Welcome everybody! We got a very fun stream tonight, probably going to be another long one, as all of them have been. We've been streaming for like 7 hours minimum for like the past week. So, but I hope you are all doing fantastic today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, welcome to the stream. Today we are doing 2 streams. If you are on the YouTube side and you're curious about what's going on, if you're on the Twitch side, you're curious about what's going on. Today, we are reacting to one of Connor's newer videos. I say newer with air quotes because it's still from a couple weeks ago. You know, it's still from a few weeks ago. You know, still from a few weeks ago. Today, we are reacting to the Weird World of Akibaranger, which is a parody Sentai season that is a parody. It is a lot of inside jokes, of insider information of Super Sentai, of Tokusatsu as a whole. There's some pokes and jabs at Power Rangers as well. I have not watched this series myself. I've seen numerous clips about it, though. I have seen so much information about Akibaranger, and I know there are so many people that have been wanting me to not only watch Akibaranger, but to react to this video from Connor. And since it's about an hour long, and I am, you know, maybe like I'm by myself, so I won't have as many people to ramble and rant off of. I probably will only take 2 to 3 hours is what I'm hoping. An hour long video, 2 to 3-ish hours, because I'm by myself. Listen, if Andrea and Kane were here, this would be a 6-hour stream. Let me tell you. Let me freaking tell you. Akibaranger is a gem, hard watch though. Oh, it's a gem but a hard watch. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, regardless, we're going to be watching Akibaranger today. But we actually got a few things that we're doing today. It's not just that. Once we're finished reacting to Connor's Akibaranger video, we are going to be pivoting over into, you guessed it, VCraft Enchanted. We're going to be playing more Minecraft. So I'm very, very excited for that. Obviously, a lot of awesome roleplay stuff happened yesterday. Vitruvius has gone full corrupted villain, or at least wayward hero. And it is my duty as the wannabe hero of New Witchington to figure out what we're able to do. Now, I'm very nervous about this. I'll probably talk more about this at the beginning of the VCraft stream, but for those of you that missed yesterday's VCraft session, we had the trial. We found the defendant guilty, and they were sentenced to community service. Because like death doesn't matter, so killing them would have been pointless. And then we didn't want to destroy their shop because like that's just cruel. You know, like destroying their shop would have just been cruel. It would have taken them so long to put everything back together, and with not that many days left, it feels like it would have been really, really bad. But then Vitruvius did not like this outcome, and there were a lot of people that were being very flippant about it. People were pretty frustrated. I don't really think I got to chime in at all as to what I thought the punishment should have been. I agree that destroying their home may have been a little bit too much, but I didn't get to decide a punishment. I said guilty right away. I saw that picture and I was like, they did it. I was on Calvin's side on that one. Unfortunately, Twitter has spoiled a few things for me that I must be careful about how I play in roleplay at this point, because there are conversations that I should not be privy to by scrolling through Twitter to try and find to see if anybody, you know, posted clips of me or the interactions that I had, or things of that nature. So I have to be very careful. It's not Twitter's fault. Listen, people are talking about it, you know. It's just, you know, as a role player, you have to be careful about the information you have, because if you ever use that information and you're not supposed to have it, then it's especially bad. So luckily I feel pretty confident enough in my role-playing skills to not use this information, but it does make me on the outside very depressed because I can't trust a single motherfucker out here, and I'm very depressed about this. I thought I could be friends with Vitruvius. Incorrect. I thought I could be friends with L. Probably incorrect. Thought I could be friends with Roswell. Probably incorrect. Thought I could be friends with Calvin. Probably incorrect. Thought I could be friends with Sheriff Sonny. Probably incorrect. So Vitruvius is corrupted villain. It is complicated. It's more nuanced than that. I think the best way of looking at it is Vitruvius is very frustrated with the fact that there are no consequences for messing with other people. And ironically, Royale 100% agrees with that. There should be consequences. However, there also needs to be a limit. And that's what Royale believes. However, as we continue to mention, like, we need to find a middle ground. We need to find something that helps. Royale's definitely had some time since the trial to like think about this. And the fact that they went on adventures yesterday to try and figure out countermeasures for Vitruvius, it's difficult because in roleplay, Royale's definitely gonna feel alone, you know? Don't know if he can trust L because he doesn't know if it's Lucky or L. Don't know if he can trust Roswell after everything that happened with the eyes, and Roswell continues to kind of just run off on his own, you know? Don't know if he can trust Calvin because Everett's just been betraying him. Sheriff Sonny has not done a single thing of law keeping at all the entirety of the time that Royale has known him, to the point where Sheriff Sonny deputized Royale to do the law keeping. And of course, everything that happened with Vitruvius. So it's just a very difficult time. Obviously, I was very close, or Royale was very close with Clifford, you know. Lila, thank you for the super. Hopefully that shows up in chat soon. There it is. Okay, thank goodness. Royale should be a detective during the day and hero by now. Your deductions were always on point. It's fun to see. Congrats on the new VA role. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for the what is it? Sion Super. Sion? Blue? Probably blue super. Ow super. It is a crazy time. The roleplay in what's it called is actually going insane. And I do enjoy it so far, but I am very, very, I'm scared because I've kind of roleplayed myself into what feels like a corner. I feel like either I'm going to get betrayed by 5 different people at once, or I'm going to get murdered, or I'll go dark side because I can't figure anything else out to save the world. Oh my goodness gracious. I have an update on the Sir Superhero question. Is it okay to DM you on your preferred socials? If you don't mind, and if Belmore doesn't mind, you could reach out to them or via Discord. We do have a ticketing section in Discord where you can make communications with the mod and the mod team and the Dusk deputies. So I would say that's probably the best way. That way they can communicate it to me just in case. Thank you, though. Thank you for following up. But yeah, finally finished my missing homework. Welcome back. You know, to me, it feels like Royale's on the town side more than anything else. Yeah, but like, is the town on Royale's side? Because it doesn't feel like it. You know? You know, it doesn't feel like it. Royale wanted to be a judge. He was deemed not impartial enough and was instead made a juror. And then was called to the stand for something that I don't think he needed to be called to the stand for. Royale has wanted to go on several adventures and has been left behind on multiple occasions. What else? Royale unfortunately wasn't present for the mayoral election, but he probably would have voted for Clifford anyway because, you know, they're friends. What was the other one? there's like small grievances that have like added up over the course of roleplay. So it's definitely going to be an interesting time to dive back into it tonight, because I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. Tonight also might just be a night of nothing happens, which would be really unfortunate because I can't unfortunately play VCraft tomorrow. I'm going to be completely absent from VCraft tomorrow because we're playing Resident Evil 6 with Shia, which obviously I'm very much looking forward to, but it's going to feel so shitty to have to take a day off at this point in VCraft. So yeah, that's going to be really unfortunate. But like I said, we'll see what we can get into tonight. I hope at some point I get to run into Vitruvius in character and maybe try and figure out what's going on. Maybe try and understand a little bit more. Maybe be swayed a little bit. It's hard. It's hard. We definitely have some difficult situations to have. You know, we definitely have some difficulties, to say the least. So much fun. I have so much I kept on the other characters' vids. Yeah, they're pretty cool. People are just neglecting the golden retriever. Oh, am I the golden retriever? It feels like it. Honestly, I feel like I'm everyone's second thought, but whenever something goes wrong, it's, well, hero, why don't you get deputized and do this? And I'm like, Sheriff Sonny, please. Sheriff Sonny, please. You weren't even here when Vitruvius destroyed 10 people, 11 people. What am I supposed to do? Damn. Yeah, but for now, we have some Sentai stuff to watch. So let's dive in. What are the thoughts on State of the Play? I didn't watch it. I was busy working on stuff. So I'll catch a recap later. I promise. He's just a young bud. He's learning, so let's let him learn. I mean, yeah, that's a big thing. But I mean, he's not that young, you know? He's an adult. So there's gonna have to come a time and place where he decides what is best for the town of New Witchington. Whether we have no consequences and we let chaos reign, or we raise it to the ground and start over. Was gonna watch on YouTube, but want to gain points here. Hey, you're totally fine. But guys, let's dive over into Akibaranger, and we will talk more about VCraft when we dive into it. So for now, whip. Yippee! Okay. We're gonna pause La Musica, pull up La Video. Okay. Sheesh. And then we will turn on that. Perfect. All right. It feels weird watching it with just you. I mean, yeah, but like I've only been doing Power Rangers with Kane and Andrea, you know. We haven't been doing other things. We haven't been doing other videos. I've reacted to lots of other things from Connor. You know, we went over the video games. We went over Super Sentai games, Power Ranger games. We went over some of the toys, you know, a lot of things. So, yeah. Oh, also, before I forget, apple. Apple. One more question. Do you think Royale might help with Lawrence or something because it's Minecraft? No. Royale's a very different character from Lawrence. Because, like, well, I'm playing Royale very much up here. I'm trying to be, you know, a little bit rambunctious, a little bit loud, a little bit silly. Whereas Lawrence is a little bit more, you know, he knows what he's about. He knows what he's about. He knows the way to use his words to express the things that he wants, you know? It's a little bit, there's different inflections, but it also depends on the lines, you know? Part of 2 big Minecraft projects. I'm also part of the upcoming SCRP 2, which happens this week. which happens on Friday. I'm probably gonna be playing that during the day until VCraft opens, and then we'll play more of it the following week. But yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I'm very excited for that. So that's a Cobblemon server run by Siren, which has an amazing trailer. If you guys haven't already checked it out, lots of amazing creators and VTubers are part of it. Very excited to participate in that, especially with just Pokemon. I love Pokemon. But like I said, we have to finish VCraft. I have to commit to the story. I have to be committed to the cause and everything like that. It's just a Minecraft kind of month. So without further ado, let's dive into the unofficial world of Akibaranger.
Super Sentai is a franchise following a team of young heroes who transform into multicolored suits and use their special weapons and powers to defeat evil, all while teaching positive morals.
Not the Jetman! Not the Jetman!
And values to the viewer. If you're watching this channel, you probably know all that by now. It's a
punches him. Wait, go back! That's the scene where he punches him in the face! Look! He's literally like, come be part of the team with all of us. A guy literally like puts out the cigarette. He is winding up to punch him in the face. It's insane. Jetman is a wild ride. Also, Guy is my favorite character, Jetman, because he's just doing wild shit like punching you in the face. Oh my gosh.
It's a winning formula that's been going strong in Japan for about 50 years. And with the adaptation of Power Rangers, its impact is now known worldwide. So naturally, throughout the years, there have been plenty of parodies varying in quality.
Lose a Ranger.
But today, we're going to talk about one of the strangest, yet highest quality, and dare I say, perfect parody of Super Sentai.
I've definitely heard
Sentai Akibaranger, a parody series of Super Sentai, Power Rangers, and all its tropes. A show that Sentai fans and even Power Rangers fans, I guarantee, will fall in love with.
Yeah, I would imagine.
This is going to be my first deep dive video into Super Sentai, and I'm starting off with a parody.
Okay, listen. It's your first video on Super Sentai, but it's not your first Super Sentai season. We've heard how much you enjoyed Gokaiger. Okay, we know. It's a very blocky week because you get it because Minecraft. It's true. See, anime GTA game. It begins with an A, right? I think I signed up for the early access. Yeah. The filters on this is crazy.
So what truly makes this series stand out and become an instant classic with everyone who watches it?
On the show.
The only way to find out is to dive headfirst ourselves.
Yippee!
This is the official, unofficial world of Akibaranger.
Wait, is that what the video is called? Just unofficial world of Akibaranger.
We started off
Scott Pilgrim music! Scott Pilgrim!
Imagining he's a part of SPD, but he's quickly snapped back into the real world. This is Akagi Nobuo, an eccentric Super Sentai fanboy who works as a delivery boy. He's obsessed with Super Sentai, relating everyday scenarios to an episode of the show. He's willing to spend a fortune on toys, and even has a waifu.
Wait. How expensive is it? What is this? It's a Mask Man. Oh, is it sealed in box in mint condition? 108,000 yen. Or 100,800 yen is probably like, what, like $40,000 USD? Something like that? It's crazy.
And even has a waifu with a fictional in-universe anime character named Aoitan. Basically, he's a huge man-child, and I relate to him. I'm not sure why. We also see he has a crush on a girl named Sayaka. Personality-wise, she's the
$672. Oh. I was way off.
Complete opposite.
Conversion's hard.
A grown woman with an office job. During his deliveries, Akagi gets stopped by a mysterious woman who flat out offers him an opportunity to become an Akibaranger and fight for humanity and peace. Along with two other girls. Aogi Mitsuki is a no-nonsense and shy high school student who excels in martial arts, as well as Yumeria Moegi, a cosplayer who's super kawaii desune and...
Oh my god, Connor, please. Connor, please. You love Love After World Domination. It's the Red Ranger falls in love with the villainess, or vice versa. She falls in love with the Red Ranger after she has already conquered the world, right? I think that's what it is.
I'll stop right there. They're all recruited
Thank
by
you.
a woman named Hakase.
First of all, I am forever gonna geek out on the show when they show me shit like this in the background, like Deca Red. We've got the dog. It's Rob, right? No, not Rob. I can't remember his name. Rick. I think it's Rick. I think this is the Abare Killers mecha. I can't see what these are. I don't know what this is. That's Mask Man helmet. Man.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, means like doctor. She takes them to the command center, which is literally just a Super Sentai cafe, and I want to go here so badly. It's littered with Super Sentai merch and props.
Wait, these are awesome. That's King Stick. That's the Car Ranger blaster. That's the Goraijers weapons. My God, there's so many cool things. The Blade Blaster, the Magi Stick.
And the one coworker wears different uniforms throughout the franchise's history.
Oh, that's a cool touch.
Each episode. Hakase reveals.
I guess it's a little bit easier to tell when they have like the logo on them. Oh, and they have the Bogenger Henshin device. I don't know what they're actually called.
Hakase reveals the Morphers. The Morphers are literally dolls of Aoitan, named Zukyun, which Mitsuki is really excited about. And it's here we learn that she's a secret otaku, not as normal as she initially came off as.
It seems that way.
So, with the Zukyuns in hand, the three transform into the Akiba Rangers.
Wait, did they teleport somewhere? What happened?
Where the dolls are also their weapons, transforming into a blaster, which is objectively the coolest thing ever.
It is pretty cool.
Back at the cafe, Hakase tells everyone that the enemies are always hiding.
Okay, can we just say that? Look at all these like helmets, like Time Ranger dolls. There's a Bogen Red. There's Red Hawk from Jetman. I'm pretty sure this is O-Rangers. UAOH is O-Ranger.
So they need to keep their eyes open. Later that night, Akagi runs into a distressed woman on the street who tells them to investigate a shop. They do so and run into a monster.
Oh, Red Falcon, thank you.
Transported to a quarry to do battle.
Of course they were.
And of course, do the roll call. Akagi would not dare do it any other way. It's here we also meet the chief of the villains, a woman named Malsina, who has a very fascinating outfit.
I wonder what her
Rangers do battle with the monster foot soldiers named Shachiku, which I believe literally translates to corporate slave.
Oh, Turbo Ranger
Akagi is the one who's leading the charge,
apologies. I haven't
using
seen
his
either
endless
season.
Sentai knowledge and tropes to lead their team to victory, as well as needing to teach them the rules. Things like never addressing each other by real names when transformed. They do their final strike and destroy the monster. But Akagi knows better.
Well, that was easy.
Saying that now it's gonna grow big, but it never does. Chilling by the sunset, just laying around waiting for it to happen. Where we flash to white and return back to outside the shop.
Wait, that is amazing. They're just like, guys, it's gonna happen. Trust me. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Okay, wait for it. We're gonna get a mecha. It's gonna be amazing. Is that go to 5?
The episode ends with the bombshell that the fun, adventure, and fight the Rangers had was all a delusion.
Oh, is it going to be based on like delusion powers? Is that what it is? What?
Episode 1 of Akiba Ranger is a perfect first episode. The pace moves incredibly fast while still giving us
Why really a Phantom Break? Is it because it's in Japan?
Ample time to absorb information and learn about these characters. Akagi is the perfect Red Ranger because he's all of us. A fanboy who wants nothing more than to live out his dream and be a ranger for real. Now he's given that opportunity, and all those years spent watching Super Sentai is finally paying off for him.
Damn right.
When he stopped to get recruited, it reminded him of Aba Ranger. When he's trying to uncover the evil in the real world, he relates it to Magi Ranger. Becoming a ranger is literally the best thing to ever happen to him, and we love that because we see a lot of ourselves in him.
I like that. Having a Red Ranger that's immediately relatable is way more fun. Yeah. Dream Sentai, there you go. What am I saying? It was all a dream. Good morning, Ryder.
That endless childlike wonder, despite him being 29. His default civilian outfit is also a fun nod to the original.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Is it, or is he grasping at straws?
Kamen Rider.
Is it, or is he grasping at straws? Guys, you know that? Because that's not what Takeshi Hongo usually dresses like. Takeshi Hongo dresses like, listen, he dresses in fine clothes. Just saying.
Which is amazing. Yumeria is a fun character so far too. Sure, her only trait is being obnoxiously kawaii and all that, but it works for this group, especially with Akiba Blue. Mitsuki, she's probably my favorite despite Akagi being the most relatable. She's the anchor of the group, the most
Yeah, you need someone that's like not over the top, so it's like the team doesn't get too crazy. Absolutely. That's neat. There was this nice picture of Akiba Red taking his kid to the Sentai Museum, and their section with his suit.
Realistic and playing this as straight as possible.
100% a big homage.
I
see you. I see you.
But choosing to hide it is super adorable. The name Akiba Ranger is a play on Akihabara, a district in Japan that's known for its video games and anime culture. Tons of maid cafes where you'll find girls like Yumeria handing out flyers all over the city. Akihabara is often shortened to Akiba. Akiba Ranger. Essentially, nerdy rangers. They're all lovable dorks, which is why the design of the suits are perfect.
Yeah, they are so over the top. And this is one of the suits where I would say, I think the lips are actually super good here. Because, like, I don't know, man. You look at it and it's just like, yeah, these are it. These are the fits, you know? These are great.
They're literally like a teenager's OC Ranger suit. Akiba Red has the cool anime hair, and honestly, the best body of a Ranger I've ever seen. Easily in my top 3 suits of all time.
Oh, okay. I was like, Connor, what do you mean body? Connor?
While Akiba Blue and Yellow also have cute and distinct anime hair, as well as underwear that the show very often wants to remind you that they're wearing. Still, all that aside, these are easily some S-tier suits. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that, despite this being an unofficial parody series, they're able to reference actual Super Sentai.
Yeah, they had the consent and everything because it's official, unofficial Sentai. So it's like they're able to play around with it because they can do the things. I think the only thing they couldn't do right was have the actual actors show up, right? Well, that emphasis on the undergarments because it's a parody season and Japan loves flashing panties. I shouldn't say they love flashing panties. It is a culture. No, that's not right either. It is a common occurrence as a joke and a form of sexual harassment and something that happens a lot in anime as a meme and a trope. It's a staple. I feel like that's offensive to say, but like I understand, like I don't know what other vernacular to use. Someone in the comments will probably correct me. I just need help. I need help forming the right words because I don't want to be offensive. How do I say that?
Often saying the name of the characters, shows, using the props, and even the music. And that's because Akiba Ranger was made by Toei, the company that created and owns Super Sentai. Meaning they have full range to do whatever they want with the official lore and TV show, which obviously plays a huge part in Akiba Ranger and really drives home the emotions. Because even as someone like me who knows little to nothing about Super Sentai history and is primarily a Power Rangers fan, it doesn't matter. The imagery and meanings all still hit home. This is the Lost Galaxy Megazord to me.
I like that because the whole point is celebrating the legacy of it, and because they're not using the actual characters, they're using the suits from the seasons. You can still point to them and go, oh, I remember, and you can still understand the jokes and go along with it. I like
Seeing it in the cafe doesn't matter where it came from. The spirit of Super
Sentai. No, that's Gingayo.
Transcends just being a TV show. If you only know Power Rangers, the messages and references here still manage to make you feel something. People will say, oh, Super Sentai is for kids. Nah, Super Sentai is for teenagers. But it's like my good friend and fellow YouTuber Christian Antoine said, Super Sentai is for everyone.
I like that. That's good. Super Sentai is for everyone.
Oh yeah, and lastly, the theme song. It's adorable. Super Sentai themes tend to be heroic and energetic, while Akiba Ranger goes for a more cute and fun take, while still having tons of energy. YouTube copyright is much more aggressive for Sentai stuff, but I'll try and show it again. Anything else?
Okay.
Oh yeah, Malsina, the big baddie. Baddie is actually a perfect description of her.
Wait, yeah, isn't this an AV actress? I'm pretty sure it is, right?
She's played by a former Japanese AV star.
Yep.
You can go ahead and look that up. Simply Google Hanukkah AV star. And yeah, cool. Let's move on to episode...
Oh my gosh, that's perfect, bro.
2. We see these delusions in action when a nearby security camera caught the three doing this. The entire fight was all in their head, while in reality...
Wait, but they were awake doing it? Bro, how did they not get, like, arrested? What happened? Huh?
reality, they're essentially daydreaming. The Zukyun uses some kind of technology to make that possible, with Akagi being the most disappointed that all of this wasn't real.
All right, I'm gonna be 100%. I would also probably be super pissed if it wasn't real. I'm just saying, you know?
That his life is still kinda aimless and he's not serving a true higher purpose. But when he sees Deca Red, he gives Akagi a motivational speech about never giving up and continuing the fight.
Isn't that not Deca Red? Wasn't that like a cosplayer?
A powerful speech, but we see that it was all, once again, another daydream. This guy is just an actor. The actor for Deca Red, sure, but still.
Oh, it is the actor for Deca Red. Oh, okay.
Just an actor. Meanwhile,
they do have the actors. Oh, I didn't know they had the actors in the show. Wait, did Akibaranger? No, Akibaranger is like 2012, right? Why would they use Deca Ranger stuff? Why wouldn't they use, what would it be? Gokaiger, you know?
Arya and Mitsuki are out in Akihabara searching for Aoitan merch. That was a mouthful. When they run into a shady figure selling loot
I understand.
covers. The horror! Aoitan will not.
That was close. That was okay. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Not be disrespected like that.
Never mind.
It turns out that she's a monster in disguise.
Oh no.
So the two need to transform and fight. Where Malsina also gets hit with the lewd cover because
well,
you'll know after Googling her.
Oh, okay.
Yumeria and Mitsuki put up a good fight, but they're no match for the monster, needing Akagi's help. But he refuses to join because this is all fake anyway. He goes to throw the Zukyun in the river, but that's when he sees Deca Red. He chases him down and Deca Red tells him to not give up, without actually saying any words. And when Deca Red references an episode of the show, that's all the convincing Akagi needs to get his motivation.
Wait, what does he say?
And when Deca Red references an episode of the show, that's all the
oh yeah, he drop kicks him.
Convincing Akagi needs to get his motivation back. So together the three transform and get into their new vehicle. A Prius with an Aoitan wrap on it. Hey, you know what? At least it's not another motorcycle like in Power Rangers. I'll take the Prius.
Yeah.
It's literally just a car.
My goodness.
However, in their delusions, it's able to transform into a mini Zord, I guess. It's not Mega. They find Malsina and get into a fight. During it, however, someone makes an appearance. Deca Red. And this one actually talks. Hakase is in complete shock at this, since the actor she clearly paid to pretend to be Deca Red is right there in the cafe. So what's happening? Akagi's pure love and dedication to Super Sentai was able to bring Deca Red from a TV show into this delusion.
His delusions are so strong that he can manifest them in the delusional world.
Granting the Rangers a new weapon, a giant pair of handcuffs, which traps the enemy and allows them to use their finishing blast on it.
That's awesome.
Heading back to the real world
that is
and
amazing.
being stoked for another job well done. But Hakase is still confused on how Deca Red was able to appear in the delusion.
Ouch, drunken hero adventure. What?
Akagi is at a bar with some friends. He runs into Sayaka and overhears that she doesn't have a boyfriend. He's so giddy at this news that he gets drunk.
I forgot who she was already. It's the office working lady that he really enjoys. Okay, that he wants to date, you know? Perhaps Dululu is the Solulu. I'll show you a Solulu.
Like, really drunk. When outside, he sees a guy harassing a maid cafe worker, and being the new superhero he is, steps in to save her.
You know what?
But
That's what he should be
revealed that
doing.
they're monsters, so he transforms into Akiba Red and fights.
Wait, that henshin sequence went hard for a second. By the way, can you believe it's now officially been 6 months? Wild Dio, thank you so much for the 6 months, Thor! Arigato! Why threaten innocent me? I'm baby? All right, listen. There's only enough room for one liar around here, and it's definitely not going to be you.
Handling it incredibly well, especially when Boken Red shows up at the snap of Akagi's fingers.
Oh, it's the sombrero Boken Red! I haven't watched Bokenger, but I know this is a thing.
Just being able to do it without a second thought. However, because he's drunk, it's the goofy Boken Red. Again, I've never seen Bokenger, but even as a Power Rangers fan, you'll recognize this costume as the time Mac had bad luck and everyone gave him good luck charms. You see, this stuff is universal, where the monster and Malsina flee. Back at the
it is really funny and almost like wholesome in that sense, that it's really nice that people, like, regardless of whether they've seen Super Sentai seasons or not, they can kind of like pick up on the imagery and the emotion that a season might elicit within them. It just sucks that Boukenger for us was not well adapted. Boukenger is usually enjoyed in Japan, right? I mean, it was one of the mecha that they used for Zenkaiger. You know, they used Daijujin, Gaoking, Boken-O, Boken-O, I think, and Maji King. So, okay. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in.
Cafe, Eumeria has a new cosplay. I kind of love that gimmick, though, if I'm being honest.
Honestly,
Every new episode,
yeah.
she'll have a completely new look and even way of talking. Everyone's now talking about how Boken Red was summoned. Akagi's love for Super Sentai is what
Boken. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't seen Boukenger. I do apologize. We will watch Boukenger. We're on Akibaranger right now. We're about 3 discs in, which is about a third of the way through. Abarekila just summoned, I forget the name of his mecha, but he just summoned him for the first time.
allows for these new powers and abilities. Eumeria is also a Sentai fangirl, but Mitsuki isn't.
Oh.
So they spend all day trying to educate her, but she gets frustrated with all this information being thrown her way about Super Sentai history.
You have to bring them in with a Connor the Waffle video and then talk to them about the behind the scenes stuff. Obviously. Come on.
So she storms off, before stopping at a DVD store.
Oh.
Everyone at the cafe, however, is having a great time, getting drunk and doing Super Sentai karaoke.
That's amazing. Gingaman!
Hakase tells the two that
Gingaman!
being drunk in the delusion also increased
They
Akagi's
do
power earlier,
Sentai,
since you're able to be more careless and let your mind run free.
Sorry.
During their drunken stupor, they
Sorry,
run
I
into
got
a
excited.
monster again and transform.
Oh.
However, this time it doesn't go too well, being too drunk to do anything.
Oh.
Eumeria spends the entire time imagining Akagi and the monster in a yaoi, and Akagi keeps
In a one whole yaoi. Wait. In a yaoi. It should have been me! Damn.
yaoi, and Akagi keeps
One
reliving
whole
and falling
yaoi.
for the same trap over and over. Eventually, a sober Mitsuki joins the fight, where it's revealed she spends her free time binging Boukenger and learning more about
Oh.
Super Sentai. And with her newfound knowledge and love for Boukenger, she's able to summon Boken Red, in not his goofy form.
Oh!
And the Rangers are granted a new weapon, a big shovel named Boken Scooper, where to
Is that a thing? Or are all of these real weapons from Super Sentai? Or are they like... Were the giant handcuffs a real thing? Is Bogen Scooper a thing? Yes? Nope. Wait, okay, now I'm being lied to.
together they destroy the monster, and the two apologize for being drunk, agreeing
Wait, what did they knock over? What the hell is that? What is this that's censored?
to never do that again while heroes.
Okay.
The episode ends, though, with Mitsuki saying that starting tomorrow, she won't be transforming.
Huh?
That-
Forbidden delusion of the immoral blue. Oh.
That's because Mitsuki is going to a martial arts training camp for a few days and doesn't want to be bothered.
Oh.
So she tells Akagi and Eumeria to not have any delusions so as to not get into any fights for a few.
Oh.
Essentially, she's telling these two to not have any daydreams or fantasies.
Why would you read yaoi while you're not supposed to have fantasies? What's going on? All right, at least, never mind. I realized it was a stupid question.
Considering the slightest daydream will lead
My
you
bad.
to a fight.
I still had another Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It's an interesting concept. Your emotions and headspace will transport you to a world of delusions without even knowing it. And for a Super Sentai nerd and yaoi obsessed cosplayer,
Wait a minute. Acture hero. I don't know what
as
that is.
cosplayer girl,
Anyway.
it's proven to be super difficult. To attempt to keep their minds off of that, Akagi
Oh, cosplay
joins
shop.
Eumeria in a fashion montage.
Oh.
Alright, moving on.
Oh! Oh! Okay.
Eventually coming across outfits that women across Super Sentai history have worn.
Oh, Mere!
It's literally fan service for the sake of it.
I was about to say, it's Janna. It's Janna.
Akagi even starts imagining Malsina wearing them because
I don't recognize this outfit though. Is it? It's not the girl from Car Ranger, is it?
why not? Of course you.
Wait, but that's not her. I mean, like, she's in the cosplay, yeah, but okay.
Would be.
Oh, she was just in the cosplay. Never mind.
Naturally, this transports them to a delusion, where the monster summons Akiba Blue. Akagi recognizes this trope as the brainwashed ranger episode, where he believes him and Yumeria need to snap Mitsuki out of her evil brainwashing. It's so great. They do the emotional, "We're friends, please stop this," despite only knowing each other for a few days. Yumeria even cries, but quickly realizes her helmet stops the tears. Eventually, the real Mitsuki shows up, and Akagi realizes he got the trope wrong. This is instead the fake Ranger episode. Where now together they do the epic roll call and destroy the monster.
That's funny.
The episode ends with Akagi and Yumeria feeling bad for pulling Mitsuki away from her training camp, wanting to buy her an exclusive Aoitan bracelet that you could only get at a recent event. Mitsuki comes back to the cafe, and before the two can apologize, they notice that exact bracelet, realizing that Mitsuki never was at a karate camp and
she went to the Aoitan event?
Instead, used that as an excuse to go to a convention.
Why not just say that? You're among nerd friends.
She is so real for that.
Connor, no. Connor, no. Connor, no. We have to. Oh shit! I'm gonna sound like Vitru. I was gonna say we have to have consequences. Oh no. Royale might be a stupid hero, but I guess Roy isn't. Oh my gosh. No, not Connor, yes. Our Pain, Yellow Mama. Oh, wait, I might know about this one.
It tells the gang that her mom is coming to
This is the episode I know. This is the one episode I'm familiar with.
Visit, and Akagi's Super Sentai brain immediately goes off again, recounting many Sentai episodes where the parent visits the child and disapproves of their superhero lifestyle, wanting to instead bring them home to get them married. He cites an episode of Mega Ranger.
I was gonna say, Mega Ranger's the big one that I was thinking of because the grandmother shows up, but the grandmother's actually like a huge badass and like rides a forklift into enemies. It's freaking dope. She's such a badass.
Where Chisato's grandma set her up with a marriage interview, and that exact episode was adapted in Power Rangers in Space.
It was
where
indeed.
Ashley's grandma wanted her to get a husband. However, Yumeria says her mom would never do that. She's not like that. But Akagi is persistent, being so in his head about Super Sentai tropes. Just then, though, someone comes into the house. Yumeria's mom, Miyabi, wearing the same goofy alien cosplay as her daughter.
I love this so much. First of all, the mom.
Miyabi herself is a famous cosplayer. She's incredibly sweet and supportive of her daughter's lifestyle. They all go out exploring Akihabara, and it's a great time. Buying manga, taking pictures. Her mom even buys Yumeria a pink wig since today's Yumeria's birthday.
Why didn't she mention that?
Which she never told Akagi and Mitsuki. They go to a cafe they both went to some time ago. However, Akagi and Mitsuki leave the two alone so they can spend some quality time together. Mitsuki saying how it turns out Akagi's theory on Super Sentai parent tropes won't be happening. Her mom won't be taking her away anytime soon.
Yeah.
However, they both realize that all the shops in Akihabara have been shut down.
Did you say Roy into DILFs? That's a mom. That's a mom. What do you mean DILFs? That's a MILF. What are you talking about? Anyway.
And replaced with host clubs, which is disgusting.
What? Hold on a second.
Here for video games and toys.
Okay, first of all, let's calm down, Connor. Host clubs are great.
Not cringy flirting cafes.
Okay, look, first of all, Connor, you don't have to come for my juggler like that. That's crazy.
Where, yep, it's a delusion, leading to a fight.
God damn it!
Yumeria gets called for help and excuses herself from dinner to help the Rangers fight. The monster's pretty powerful, even managing to demorph Yumeria.
Man.
Who else would come and save the day other than Yumeria's mother herself?
Look at her!
Grabbing the Zukyun and transforming into Akiba Yellow. And like a natural, she whoops Malsina and the monster.
Yeah!
Everyone being impressed with her. Before giving the Zukyun back to Yumeria, and the Rangers destroy the monster and save the day.
Can we just talk about how amazing she is? Like, love her. Love her to death. Goated, absolutely. Speaking of moms, see Viper in SF6, desire to be a stepfather intensifies. That's crazy. What a wild statement.
Before giving the Zukyun back to Eumeria, and the Rangers destroy the monster and save the day. Eumeria telling her mom that she's glad to be her child, and thanks her for giving birth to her. Before snapping back to reality, and being back in Eumeria's room. Her mother was never here.
No!
Everything was a delusion.
No!
Eumeria's mother died.
No! Wait, I didn't know that! No! Oh! No! Akibaranger, no! Wait, I didn't know that! Oh, no, I didn't know. I only knew that the mom morphed. That's it.
5 years ago in a tragic car accident. She was that loving and supportive woman we saw.
No.
Her mom promised Eumeria they would go around Akihabara together and live out that day they just experienced in the delusion.
No.
But that's when the accident happened. Ever since then, Eumeria has spent every birthday with her mom in her fantasies.
Oh.
And with the power of the Zukyun, those fantasies became real.
Oh, no.
Everyone is heartbroken at the news, but Eumeria tries to keep everyone's spirits high, saying that because of her friends, she got to tell her mom what she always wanted to. And the episode ends on a brighter note, getting a birthday cake accidentally thrown in her face.
Sure, absolutely.
Man, what an amazing and genius episode.
Oh my god, dude, my heart hurts. What? Wait, that... my night is fucking... This is the start of my villain arc. This is the start of my villain arc. There is no justice. There is only villainy. Bro, I'm done.
I'll be honest, on my first watch, I was expecting some kind of tragic twist when they went to the restaurant. Everything was going too well. In Akibaranger, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is.
I guess now I'm gonna assume that everything's a fucking delusion.
Love how even Akagi points out the parent trope episode, like how they're usually the goofy filler episode. So taking that formula and turning it on its head, making this a sad and tragic episode that's one of the most important, is so genius.
It hurts,
I did not
dude.
expect to have my heart hurt like this.
Yeah! The painful trap of deluded photography.
Akagi has a special delivery to make.
Deca Pink!
One to Toei Tokyo Film Studios, where naturally he's excited to hopefully see some Super Sentai work being filmed. Before he can do it though, they're called to help Eumeria fight a delusion, a monster who's obsessed with the pageantry and showmanship of television, using TV tricks to beat the Rangers. And to add insult to injury, it's the monster that ends the delusion, saying they're not even worthy to fight. This angers Mitsuki the most, who's embarrassed with that loss, but Akagi says she needs to learn what a Super Sentai battle truly is. So she joins him to the Toei filming studio to make his delivery. However, Mitsuki quickly learns that Akagi just wanted to fanboy at all the Super Sentai stuff.
I mean, listen, it makes sense. Okay, I would also listen. I would love to go to some of these museums. If I listen, I'm not saying that it will happen, but if someday I get more into creating content for Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, or anything like that, and I move to Japan, which would be fucking cool, I'll just make Super Sentai and Kamen Rider content. That'll be it.
She begins to leave, but that's when she notices a man with some spectacular swordplay skills.
Whoa.
This is Nibori-san, a real-life veteran Super Sentai suit actor, playing 15 different Red Rangers in the suits from 1975 to 1991.
Oh, right, and I'm pretty sure, I think the red suit actor for Goju Wolf just also had to retire or go on hiatus for medical reasons or health reasons.
Mitsuki wants to train under him, but Nibori-san obviously thinks she's an actress for the next season of Super Sentai. So he trains her in the way of television combat, making sure her movements are fluid, and his most important lesson being, know where the camera is. What's captured by the camera is the most important thing to be aware of. Mitsuki is incredibly thankful for his help, before being called to fight in the delusion. But this time, Mitsuki's ready, taking the lead with the roll call and poses, getting right up on the camera with Nibori-san's teachings.
Wait, that's so freaking cool.
They have a fun set-piece fight, traveling to famous Super Sentai.
Okay. just the Tommy guns, and she's in a sailor outfit. He's in like a mafioso outfit. I have no idea what this is, but they
Sentai locations to do battle. During all of this, though, Malsina is inside of a classroom and notices a drawing, and doing so opens up a portal. The fight Mitsuki has with the monster is tons of fun. My favorite part is when she does attacks that's nowhere near making contact with the monster.
That is so fucking funny. Wait, let me see this back for me. The back flip, that's insane. That is wild. I love that.
Monster. However, she points out the camera. The camera's angle made it look like the attacks were landing. Therefore, they connected in the world of television.
That is insane. Yeah, full screen flash kick, sonic boom.
So clever. I love it. They destroy the monster and head back to the real world. However, they're not alone, because Malsina has found her way into the real world. Free to continue her evil.
Also, wait a minute. Doc Hakase is the doctor from Mega Ranger. Also, hi Zanny. Hello Zanny and Netherlings. My name is Roy Chiato, like a macchiato. I'm a coffee-fueled bunny host with a serious passion for voice acting, and I absolutely love working out, in case you couldn't tell. Netherling Raid, hi! Welcome in! Zanny, you were taking part in the mage battle, right? I think I saw about that on Twitter. Hey, I hope that went well for you. Did you win? Did you win? I hope you won. But hi guys, welcome in. We are reacting to one of Connor the Waffles videos about Akibaranger. So if you like Super Sentai, if you like parody seasons like Akibaranger, pull up a chair, kick up your feet. Let's have some fun. Thorn! I have to wait for it to scroll down. Thank you, the 5 gifted member! If you got a membership from Thorn, make sure you say thank you. Yippee! It was so chaotic. Let's go. We do love a little bit of chaos here. It got chaotic. We do love a little bit of chaos, don't we? Yeah. Don't say exclamation point VA. Well, I guess you should. That probably will. That'll probably help if you guys want to check out voice acting stuff. Oh my goodness! But thank you for bringing everybody over. Yeah, I hope you had a fantastic night, Zanny. I'm sure it's very late for you. I hope you got some good sleep soon. Some good sleep soon, homie. Also, I hope we get to hang out soon. I miss you. I love you. I kiss your face multiple times. Mwah. So, Akibaranger, is that the ranger from Akihabara? They are from Akiba. Yes, that's why it's Akibaranger. Hakase means doctor. Yes, but there was a character named, I think there was a character named Doc Hakase. I thought so. Maybe. I might be incorrect. Never mind. Listen. Damn.
Plan right here on Earth. This is a wonderful episode and a beautiful tribute to the people who are extremely vital to Super Sentai. The suit actors, the people who make the magic happen. Ooh. Also, I don't think I've ever even mentioned the characters' motivations yet. It's pretty simple. Malsina wants her evil empire to rule Akihabara, and the Rangers are on a quest to become an officially recognized Sentai team.
Don? Oh, you mean Doc, but from Gokaiger, but pirates call him Hakase. That's funny.
To engrave their legacy alongside all the others. I love Mitsuki's character growth here too, because from here on out, whenever the Rangers do their roll call, she gets up close and personal to the camera to make sure she's seen, taking Ibori-san's words to heart.
Wait, that's really awesome. Cute. What's real? What's delusion?
The Rangers tell Hakase that Malsina is in the real world, and Hakase says, "Who's that?"
Who's that? Who are you talking about?
She's able to monitor the Rangers during battle, but she can't actually see their delusions.
Oh, the delusions are straight up just theirs. Oh, okay.
Which I guess makes sense. She asks for a drawing of her, and when Yumeria draws her up, Hakase is taken back, clearly knowing something that she's not telling everyone else. The Rangers get invited to see Malsina, where they then see the city has been turned into vampires.
Well, this is definitely a Sentai trope where everybody in the world gets like infected with some sort of disease where they're beating the crap out of each other. Feels like it happens at least once per season.
They're sure that means that they're in a delusion, so they morph. But they're then transported to a new location, meaning this was a trap. The vampires were actually paid actors by Malsina,
Oh,
having them
wait, that is so funny. Wait, that's so smart.
believe they were in a delusion so they could be transported to a real delusion. With the Rangers distracted, Malsina infiltrates the cafe, saying that she knows Hakuse's father and that she's her, and then knocks her out. Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Malsina
Yeah, I wonder what
takes
she was
over the
gonna say.
headset and uses her impression skills to sound like Hakuse, telling the Rangers to chase down the monster, as the Rangers start to encounter an unfinished part of the world.
Belmore? Is that you? Belmore? What are you? Belmore, what the hell are you doing in here?
Finished part of the world. These are the blurred lines of the delusion and reality. Malsina wants the Rangers to break the barrier
It's another Yu-Gi-Oh card. Get that?
and allow the world of delusions into the real world.
Understandable.
And it's successful. The Rangers enter Akihabara and do battle with the monster, causing real-life destruction.
Oh.
They defeat the monster using a new power from Red Hawk. A nice tribute to Nibori-san, since that was the last Red Ranger he was a suit actor for.
That is cool. I do like that.
And when the Akiba Rangers see their bodies, it wakes them up, snapping them back to reality. Hakuse tells them that the barrier has now been broken, meaning they're not only fighting for the world of delusions, but also fighting for the fate of the real world.
Wait, so are they Rangers in real? I have to know. Are they Rangers in real life? Is that what's happening with this?
After that incident, though, Malsina wouldn't show herself for 6 months,
What?
letting the Rangers return to their normal, boring lives. And it's kinda nice. They all still remain friends, going to the cafe and watching new Aoitan episodes. But it's
Okay.
here when the cafe receives a phone call. Not from Malsina, but from someone named Sukata-san, a producer at Toei.
Oh. My reaction. The road to becoming official.
The gang are excited because this is their chance to become official. However, Hakuse ends the call saying he has the wrong number, coming up with a lazy excuse about keeping secret identities. The Rangers decide to just go to Toei themselves to accept the offer. However, they're turned away at the door for looking like nerds. So they come up with a new plan to head to the world of delusions and fight a monster and bring it back to the real world so everyone can see them. They find an alpaca cooking manja and say, good enough. So they morph and fight it. Unfortunately, the alpaca is incredibly weak and won't be strong enough to break into the real world. The alpaca is sad because it's a failure of a monster.
Wait, that's so cute. Poor alpaca. Hey, thank you for the super. So they're lucid dream rangers now? I feel like it's pretty accurate, yeah.
So, the Rangers befriend it and train the alpaca monster to become a powerful warrior, referencing old Sentai training montages. Meanwhile, Hakuse is on a quest of her own. She found old drawings her father made years ago, and sees that Malsina was a creation of his. Hakuse's father was trying to pitch an anime to many studios, creating Aoitan. However, his vision of Aoitan
Okay, that's guts. Okay.
and the show was too violent, and he was constantly turned away, with one of the studio's workers saying that Malsina was the original creation for Aoitan's rival.
Whoa.
Back at the Ranger Cafe, Hey, wait a minute, I know this one.
Anyway.
Densetsu no Senshi Tachi o Jurenja. I love this scene so much.
Okay,
because
all
it
right,
literally
Connor.
serves
All right,
zero
Connor.
purpose other than to hear the Zhu Ranger song. It's a 20-second cutaway where she just does a dance and lip syncs to the song, and then we just cut back to the plot.
Okay.
After that training and bonding with the alpaca,
sometimes we just
Maria
have
has
fun.
grown a friendship with it. Akagi pointing out that this is the iconic Ranger befriending a nice monster episode. But the alpaca is playing possum. He's playing along to lower their guard and attack them. They get into a fight and break into reality once again, making sure everyone gets a good picture and video of them. They even use this opportunity to combine the Deca Ranger, Bokenger, and Jetman weapons to create the Big Blaster. They destroy the monster
Call it the Big Blaster.
Maria hands out her cosplay cards to everyone, including a sketchy homeless man, who then hands it to Malsina. The episode ends with Hakuse putting the pieces together. If her father created Aoitan, as well as Malsina, that would mean her father is... to be continued.
The one that created the Akiba Rangers? What if the evil lady is the dad? Wait, that'd be insane. Plot twist.
immediately.
Outrageous canon. The team disbands. Wow. Okay.
Learning
That was
this
fast.
ominous information, Hakase disbands the team, taking away their Zukyuns and not telling them anything other than, it's too dangerous now. However, Himeria gets a call from Malsina, pretending to be the toy producer again, saying they'd like to meet up with the Rangers again. The next morning, though, at the cafe, we see that the safe was broken into, and that same homeless man hands Akagi the Zukyun. He's hesitant at first, but his dream of being an official Sentai team being so close in his grasp outweighs how he got it.
Uh-oh. Can we talk about how that door was just busted ass down? That was crazy.
Also, before he got it back, his plan was to pass off this cosplay as the official suit. And honestly, it goes really hard. Akagi is desperately searching for any delusion to come his way, running into the brother of the alpaca from the previous episode.
Okay.
However, this is all a part of Malsina's plan.
Okay.
Enough reality has mixed with the delusions, now causing the barrier to be completely destroyed. The delusions are now free to roam in the real world. The alpaca starts causing mayhem, throwing hot manja onto innocent civilians, and it's pretty brutal, to be honest. The hot food is sticking and burning to their skin and the inside of their mouths. The gang try to transform, but this is the real world. Zukyuns here are just toys that have no real power. Akagi hears Sayaka call out for help. He rushes to her and tries to fight Unmorphed, but he's overpowered. Same with Mitsuki and Yumeria. He once again,
bro, this is they don't have powers. they may not have the ranger powers, but they still have power of delusion. Go.
And pulls out the Zukyun, but everyone keeps telling him that this is the real world and it won't work. But Akagi says that he's a man who's so deep in his own delusions that it breaks the barrier of delusion and reality. He's always wanted to be a Red Ranger, and now with the ability to do so, he fully believes that he will transform, and his delusions will be a reality. And...
No shot. Wait, that's so hype. Wait, that is so goddamn hype. I'm not even gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. That is so, oh my god, 10 out of 10. Cinema. Into absolute cinema.
Akiba Red in the real world. He saves Sayaka, and with the true heart and spirit of Super Sentai and its past members, he uses that power to destroy the monster.
Love it.
Immediately passing out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Hakase feeling some sort of pain reaction to the transformation. The episode ends with a big reveal. That homeless man is Dr. Z, and is Hakase's father.
There he is.
The true main villain. But the more shocking information is when the gang learns that Hakase is the voice of Aoitan, their favorite anime. I love these idiots.
Oh. Into a new chapter.
It's here where Hakase finally comes clean to everyone. Her father was once a brilliant scientist. However, he gave up that career to make anime. But his vision was too crude and violent for what studios were looking for.
Thus they turned him away.
More cute and marketable. Thus, her father was blacklisted from the industry.
Is this part of Super Sentai? Yes, but no, but no, but yes. Yeah. Yes, but no, but no, but yes.
To continue supporting his family, he returned to science.
Oh my god, look at all these weapons, dude. This is so freaking cool. Just a wall of them. Dude, I want to go to this cafe. I so want to. Can someone take me to Japan? Take me to Japan!
Where he discovered a new element that transports you to the land of delusions, where he was never seen again. All the while, Hakase was trying to get a career in being a voice actor, and her big break came from Aoitan, the newly rebranded and marketable version that her father would have hated. He eventually found this out and gave her the Zukyuns. Back with the villains, things aren't going so great either. Dr. Z has created a new general named Delunite, who's essentially replacing Malsina.
Delunite, like delusional. Got it.
Delunite attacks the city, and Mitsuki and Yumeria also want to transform in the real world, fully believing that if a dork like Akagi can do it, so can they. And they're successful. The Akiba Rangers are now all together in the real world. But Hakase once again feels pain. And this time, we see a scorpion tattoo.
The Cobra? The Cobra from the Titanium Ranger? The Green Candle? The Scorpion from Hurricaneger? Wait, it's literally a scorpion in Hurricaneger, isn't it? Yeah, from Hurricaneger? Yeah. Hurricaneger reference?
Instantly, I'm reminded of...
I hate it. Literally was my first thought, and then I was like, wait a minute. This literally happened in Hurricaneger.
Ryan from Lightspeed Rescue. Like, I'm sure this happened in Super Sentai somewhere, maybe, but...
It quite literally did. It was Scorpions, too, in Hurricaneger. And luckily, we actually just finished Hurricaneger, like, a couple months ago.
No,
so I get it.
This is Ryan's thing. The Rangers managed to fend off Delunite for now. Back at the cafe, a young man named Suzuki shows up, saying he's a cop who's been transferred to investigate this case. Earlier, the gang ran into him as he saved a dog from traffic, having all the charm
Wait, he's kind of attractive. Hold on a second.
of a cool 80s era Super Sentai character. The actor also apparently played an evil clone of Geki Blue and Yeki Ranger.
Wait, that's so funny. But he's not actually him. He's just an evil clone of him? Huh?
The worker tries to point that out, but nobody sees it.
Oh.
Not only is he fully aware of Hakase and Dr. Z's story, but he is also her brother.
Oh. Why is that a bad thing?
This random guy is all of a sudden the most important character in the world. He also drops the bombshell that, yeah, just like Ryan, Hakase was embedded with a curse tattoo that will crawl up her body every time the Zukunes are used, until reaching her throat and destroying her voice forever. So how long does she...
So then, yes, it quite literally is the Scorpion thing from Hurricaneger. Got it.
have? Luckily, Suzuki has a visual demonstration.
I literally said this too. It's the freaking candles from Zyuranger.
Of course it would be represented by a candle. The Rangers are told they can only transform 16 more times before the Scorpion reaches her throat.
That's crazy.
Suzuki is super charming. The girls love him for his chivalry, and Akagi likes him because he complimented his Kamen Rider outfit.
Yeah, but he's also just hot. I mean, come on, guys.
Just then, though, the
Priorities.
cafe gets a call from the Pentagon.
Was that on anyone's bingo card? Was that on anyone's bingo card? It wasn't on my bingo card.
Saying they want Akagi to join the Secret Service after seeing his skills and bravery. He wants to do it because it'll help him grow as a person, but he's afraid of leaving Sayaka behind. But just then, again, Sayaka calls Akagi to tell him that she's moving to Virginia for work. So it all...
It's a delusion. It's a delusion. It's a delusion. Hakase does not have a brother. This candle thing was just there to...
all works out, I guess. But the Akiba Rangers will need a new Red Ranger. And who else would be the perfect fit other than Suzuki?
No. The second generation is a fresh warrior.
Yeah, we've entered what feels like a whole new point of the show. Akagi is leaving and Suzuki is the new Red Ranger. Not only that, but the villains have a new
this has got to be an illusion. Also, this very much feels like a Kamen Rider villain.
Name and motivation. And the Rangers also get new color-coordinated team jackets. With Suzuki joining, everything is feeling like a traditional paint-by-number Sentai show now.
Wait, isn't that a bad thing?
When Delunite attacks the city, the Rangers appear doing that iconic front flip entrance that I love.
I love
they
that front flip.
transform perfectly, and the roll call goes off without a hitch. Everyone's spouting traditional Sentai hero phrases as opposed to their usual goofy ramblings. Meanwhile,
that is
Akagi
actually
runs
crazy.
into Malsina, saying she needs his Sentai expertise to tell her why she's feeling this way. And it's here Akagi starts putting the pieces together.
Yes, because listen, it happens where sometimes like the second in command or the general has like a change of heart or like has these feelings. It happened in Jetman. It happens in Car Ranger. You know, it happens, you know?
The two of them are being written off of a show. Saying that in older seasons, when they'd enter its third quarter, a mix-up usually takes place. Characters get swapped out. A new general and leader appears out of nowhere.
Whoa, first of all. Wait, that's so real. Oh my god, it literally happened in Hurricaneger. Wait, that's so real.
Akagi realizes this pattern is going on with their lives. Why would the Pentagon want this random Japanese otaku nerd? Why did all of a sudden Dr. Z show up? Why did Hakase's backstory become the most vital plot point? And that's when Akagi realizes, this is all a TV show. The Secret Service come to take out Akagi, but Malsina works with him to get him to safety.
Wait, why did they... Wait, hold on a second. Wait,
The Secret Service come to take out Akagi.
What? What is the Secret Service? They don't have any authority in Japan. Oh my gosh.
Akagi, but Malsina works with him to get him to safety.
What is
not
happening?
wanting to be erased herself. Akagi finds the others and tries to tell them this, that they're all in a TV show. They don't believe him until an ad scroll happens, saying that in Japanese television, they'll use the quiet and slower moments to promote the website. Yumeria and Mitsuki also come to their senses, realizing that they hate color-coordinated team jackets. And just then, Suzuki gets a call from his boss, saying he's needed back at the office and won't be working on the case anymore. He gives Akagi his Zukyun before driving away. Back at the evil...
Wait, that transition was insane. Wait, go back. Okay. It's the same frame! It's a frame later! Wait. So, this is actually a crazy thing. Technically, this also happened in Kamen Rider Ichigo. This exact thing happened in Kamen Rider Ichigo, where Hongo Takeshi, the actor that plays him, injured himself doing stunts for the show. So they had to bring in Kamen Rider Nigo, second Kamen Rider. And he took over for for 30 episodes. And then they brought Hongo Takeshi back after he recovered. And then they brought both of them together. That's crazy.
Wait. Back at the evil headquarters, Malsina tries to tell Dr. Z about this. He also realizes that his mission has all of a sudden changed, but a glitch happens, and he's back to being a world-dominating hungry monster. And the scorpion tattoo on Hakase is completely gone, and she's alright. The story was heading for a big mix-up, but it's all been dropped because the Akiba Rangers figured it out, and they're all fearful for what now lies in store.
Because they're stuck in a TV show. Wait, that's actually crazy. What a freaking like a plot twist. I'm so in for this. What an amazing show.
This is an amazing episode.
Yeah!
I was hooked on every paint-by-number Sentai plot they were going for.
Yeah.
Because, again, I don't know Super Sentai.
No,
Akagi being
you got it. Listen, Connor, you know it well enough by now. They're hitting it. Trust me.
Called away to move to America to work for the Pentagon, Hakase's father-daughter struggle backstory, the new Red Ranger, a new villain. I took the bait hook, line, and sinker. But Akagi, being the Sentai fanboy, caught all of this and didn't allow for it to happen.
That's what happens.
Brilliant stuff.
Farewell, Akiba Rangers.
The gang are now on the search for the person in charge, saying that it's the first name that appears in the opening credits. Hilariously, the opening credits then play, and the name that's been there since the beginning,
Hate Saburo,
lights up. Hate Saburo, a man whose name has appeared in a bunch of shows. Akagi realizes that they're in the final stretch of the show now, which nobody wants to end. So Akagi tells everyone to try and set up a new long-term plot that can't be resolved in a few episodes. However, Mr. Hate Saburo is 2 steps ahead, immediately resolving them. Delu Knight starts its—
Wait, that's kind of funny. Like, oh man, we have to defeat this villain. Villain dies immediately. You know, if they became an official Sentai, their series will end since it's their goal. Wait, you're so real for that.
Attacking the city, not caring about the show ending. But the Rangers realize that if they defeat him, they're 1 step closer to the end. They begrudgingly fight, and it's Dr. Z that destroys Delu Knight, wanting to do things his own way. Him and Malsina plan on working with the Rangers to stop the evil producers.
He doesn't exist. It's just a catch-all name for the production. Oh, okay.
But the glitch happens, and Dr. Z is back to evil. It's so hilarious. The Rangers do everything they can to not fight and reach a finale. But the writers make it so they're always triumphing. The Prius grows into a Megazord finally. And while Akagi is excited, he knows he can't control it and win. So they abandon it, and it gets destroyed. The villain robot—
Wait, that... It's the Megazord being destroyed trope.
Is going to destroy the city, and Yumeria throws a cup at it, and it destroys the robot. The citizens come to praise the Rangers, but they don't want that. Dr. Z gets a change of heart, for real this time. He goes in for a hug, but she denies it, knowing that they'll get the resolved father and daughter ending. But the Rangers tell her to hug him anyway. They'll just find another way to stop the show's ending.
Oh my gosh.
Saying that there's still one more villain they need to defeat.
Oh, Malcia. Dude, I'm hooked. This show is incredible. Hold on a second.
Malsina, who claims she's the new leader of the villains. Hilariously, both sides agree to continue fighting half-heartedly. They get into a fight, but the credits start rolling. Oh no! They work together to destroy the ending sequence, but it's not enough. And just then, Hate Saburo makes an appearance, placing his hand over the camera and ending the show.
That's insane. Season 2. Surprise meeting.
The Rangers get a letter about possibly getting a season 2.
Okay, that's insane. I was kidding, but okay.
So they'll need to reflect on what they've done up to this point.
Oh, clip show.
Yep. It's a clip show episode,
Oh!
literally condensing everything into a 30-minute time slot, with the characters narrating over it. Near the end, though, they realize that they've been tricked into a lazy clip show episode, ending with
Wait, that is so freaking fun. This is peak. This is freaking peak. Genuinely.
the plea to the viewers. The characters putting on the suits with no helmets and doing the roll call. It's super cute.
Wait a minute. That flexibility in that suit is insane. Oh my gosh.
It's super cute. All while telling the viewers that if they want a season 2, all they gotta do is let the studio know. This is real, by the way. If we wanted to see a season 2, we would actually have to write or email or go on Twitter and tell Toei
I want
we want more
Akibaranger
Akiba
season 2
Ranger.
right now, please.
Saying it's solely up to us,
That's insane.
fans, on whether or not this happens.
That's crazy.
The credits then roll with a fun slideshow of some behind-the-scenes pictures. Everyone looks like they had a great time. And with that, Hikonin Sentai Akiba Ranger Season 1 comes to an end.
There is a season 2.
Before we talk about season 2,
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was a season 2 or not, but I'm glad that there is. Before we get into season 2, though, let's take a quick second. Let's take a quick second to get up, stretch, have a bathroom break, everything like that. And then we will dive into season 2 because we're halfway through the video. We're making good progress. Bathroom break, guys. Grab some water, grab some stretches, grab what you got to do. We'll be right back, okay? Sure. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Okay.
Because, yeah.
Oh, I missed the button. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, let's continue.
Actually got a
There we
season
go.
2. Let's go over season 1. I hope you could see why Akibaranger was so perfect in my eyes.
Thank
the
you!
perfect parody that balances jokes and self-awareness, but doesn't solely rely on it. Sure, Akagi being a fanboy and pointing out Sentai tropes is charming, but it's the fact that the show doesn't use its status as—
Wait, was that the Red Ranger handoff? Was that the Red Ranger handoff for like from like Ghost Sager to Akiba Ranger?
that the show doesn't use its status as a parody to be lazy. Everything here is on par with any official Super Sentai season. Acting, choreography, story, action. It was all made with love and a true passion project. The entire show could have been what the first 3 episodes were, goofing around and making fun of Sentai tropes. But the constant twists and turns were so creative. The emotions were real. In a traditional season, you're obviously rooting for the heroes to destroy the villain and get the happy ending. But here, the characters know that the show will be over and they don't want that. So by proxy, us the viewers are rooting for them. This show manages—
Wait, that first of all, I did see that again.
So by proxy—
Wait, he's so expressive.
Us the viewers are rooting for them. This show manages to take every Super Sentai trope and turn it on its head.
It's so funny. I love it.
Still keeping the core of the tropes alive. It's a very interesting formula that could have been so easily messed up. I obviously grew to love every single one of these characters easily. I kinda didn't like Eumeria at first because I thought she was annoying, but after that mom episode, what kind of evil monster would I be to still feel that way?
I was gonna say, it's like, it in and of itself is a perfect Sentai trope, because you think you know somebody on a base level, and then they hit you with the backstory episode, and then you're suddenly like, this is my favorite person in the entire show. That's it, you know?
Akibaranger Season 1 was released in 2011, and would apparently get enough fan support for a Season 2, that officially aired in 2013.
Oh.
Now, as I write this script, I haven't seen it yet.
What? Huh? Connor, don't do this to me.
So going in to watch it, I'm kinda nervous, honestly.
Oh, okay. He had seen the first season previously and then didn't watch the second season until now.
Season 1, I feel like, hit every point you could in a show like this, at least story-wise. Morphing in the real world, plot twists, the meta villain being the writers and them knowing it's a TV show. I'm not sure what Season 2 could do to top this. I'd imagine they wrote Season 1 in mind with the reality.
Okay, first of all, this is amazing. All of these Sentai figures like this, amazing.
And likelihood that they wouldn't get a Season 2, which is why everything here is jammed packed and, again, with no hyperbole, perfect. But I won't turn down another season with my 3 new besties. So let's hop into Hikonen Sentai Akibaranger Season 2.
Fair. One Season 2 watch later. Well done. Well done.
Alright, well, I just finished all of Season 2 and it was pretty good. Yeah, it was alright. Some of my worries kind of came true, but let's just dive into it.
Okay, alright, Connor. First of all, what is this? What in the Roblox is this? What is this? Oh my gosh. That is insane. Reminds me of the guy who plays Gumshoe in the Ace Attorney stage play, acted out slapstick and falls by literally breakdancing. That's amazing.
So the season starts off with Akagi still hanging out in the Sentai Cafe, with no sign of Mitsuki or Eumeria. So him, Hakase, and Kozu, the worker whose name I finally learned, reminisce with a recap.
I forgot the worker had a name.
I guess It makes sense to catch everyone else up to speed, but it is kind of funny that we get 2 recap episodes in a row. Everything's going as usual and as we remember,
It do be like
but
that.
all of that quickly changes when they mention how it was Mitsuki who got called by the Pentagon.
What?
And from that point onward, Season 1 gets thrown in the trash and forgotten about.
What?
Because the plot is literally something completely new. No mention of Dr. Z or transforming in the real world.
Wait. Is that why they do a recap? Because they wanted to change things?
It was always Malsina's evil forces, and the true final battle had the Akiba Rangers teaming up with the full teams of Deco Ranger, Bokenger, and Jetman.
What? again? How?
Complete with the roll call and theme songs, which is tons of fun. We get to see the battle too, which is nice. It's kind of the ideal and traditional ending for a show like this.
Oh, wait, didn't they retcon that? I actually think they retconned that.
The fanboy teaming up with the Sentai teams to destroy the bad guy
Parody
and
magic,
save
that's
the
how.
world.
I guess that's fair.
Where season 1 apparently ended with Akagi and Yumeria saying goodbye to Mitsuki as she leaves for America.
For the
and
Pentagon.
the Akiba Rangers would retire, leading us to today. Honestly, for a show like Akiba Ranger, I don't really mind the retconning. If it's easier for making a season 2, then I guess these meta jokes can work.
What is happening? What is that game?
Episode 1 ends with Akagi seeing that the Akiba Rangers are official.
Oh!
However,
Official,
they're
unofficial?
the 17th season of the show, now being called Gosei Sentai Akiba Ranger.
Because they came out around the same time as Gosager?
Completely replacing and erasing the history of Dai Ranger.
No, ain't no way. Hold it. Ain't no way. That's one of my favorite seasons right there.
So if Dr. Z never existed and Malsina is apparently destroyed, who's the new villain causing these problems? Well, it wouldn't take long
Time
until
paradox.
we found out. It's this horrifying creature known as Shogun. The only thing we know about him is that he's a Super Sentai fanboy like Akagi, just not as eccentric and childlike with it. Apart from that, it's honestly all we'll ever learn about him. All we know for sure is that he's here and wants to seemingly change the history and legacy of Super Sentai.
Also, I just realized how stupid I am because it's Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger, and he said Gosei Sentai Akiba Ranger. And I should have picked up on that because Dai Ranger is one of my favorite seasons. But I was so stuck on, oh, they had the Gosager handoff on stage. That was so cute. And I just immediately went to Gosager. Like... Whoopsies.
Danger is what he starts off with, somehow affecting the real world where nobody remembers its existence.
Oh.
The one thing they did keep over was that the delusions and reality are always kind of meshing.
Okay,
So whatever
okay.
changes happen in the delusion will affect the real world.
Yes.
Akagi goes into the delusion and fights a monster to learn what's going on, where he runs into Ryu Ranger. But here he's nothing more than a delivery boy for a Chinese restaurant.
I mean, he kind of is... I just remembered Powerful Rangers wasn't mentioned in the first season.
What I like is that since Ryu Ranger isn't the official Ranger, he's taken on the original concept design of the Dai Rangers. Unfortunately, Akagi isn't strong enough to battle evil on his own.
The helmet
Hakusei
eyes,
is trying to contact
crazy.
Yumeria, and Mitsuki, well, she's gone. Like, gone from the show. Hence the retcon. Apparently her actress had scheduling conflicts that affected Akiba Ranger, only being able to appear in the first episode. So Akagi and the gang try to find a new Blue Ranger to take Mitsuki's place.
Understandable.
Where they just so happen to run into another high school girl. This one though being a big fan of Akiba Ranger, the in-universe one. This is Luna, a young eccentric girl who wants to be an idol. She wears blue and that's enough for everyone to ask her to be a ranger.
Wait, that's so freaking funny. She's wearing blue! It's her! Get her!
However, Luna thinks they're talking about being Akiba Blue in a TV show, which would naturally help her status as an upcoming idol. So she agrees and officially joins the team. What's cool is that they even give the helmet a new hairpiece to separate her from Mitsuki. Not only that, but Yumeria is back from wherever she's been. It's a mystery right now. And together they destroy the monster with the outrageous power. However, Ryu Ranger is still not fixed. And if things couldn't get any worse...
What? Can you imagine if they actually got permission to do that? If they actually had permission to have Go White Ranger Go, or like White Ranger Tiger Power, and it was freaking Jason David Frank.
Akiba Ranger shows up looking for trouble. It turns out Malsina is still alive and doing someone else's dirty work, with Akiba Ranger now under her control, beating the Rangers. With this new history, it turns out Gosei Sentai Akiba Ranger was released in the 90s like Dai Ranger, but it was a total flop and laughingstock, giving the Akiba Rangers more motivation to fix the timeline. Also, what's kinda cute is that the reason Akiba Ranger is so angry in fighting the gang is because he was supposed to be introduced as a new ranger in their season.
That's so funny. But he wasn't because Dai Ranger didn't exist.
You know, Akiba Ranger. And he is A, comma,
Kiba Ranger.
However, since the season flopped so hard, it was canceled before he got the chance to debut.
That's
I like
so
that.
funny.
It's charming.
That's so
back
funny.
in the delusion, Akagi does
Oh, it's this. I've seen this. I've seen this shot before.
what he does best. They kidnap the Chinese delivery boy and try to remind him that he's a ranger, reenacting iconic moments from the show in hopes
Oh my
to
god. First of all, Die Ranger is one of my favorites. Because let me tell you, these are all like springs that like lock your muscles back into place. Because he had to go on a training arc so he could beat I forgot the character's name, but like his rival character.
making the real Ryu Ranger.
Oh my god.
And with Akagi's nerdy passion, it works. Awakening the true Ryu
Pinkase.
Ranger and bringing Kiba
Yo.
Ranger back to his senses, where together they all team up to destroy the monster with the help of a new weapon. A big hand blaster.
Oh.
And back in the real world, the timeline is once again fixed.
Or is it?
However, the episode ends with Luna saying that tomorrow she won't be transforming. Hey, wait a minute, I'm getting flashbacks. She says she only joined the Rangers because she thought it would help her idol career, but now that Akiba Ranger doesn't exist, what's the point?
Oh.
Alright, so now that we have a little bit of a breather, let's talk about Luna. I really don't like her.
Oh.
Her character is kind of a mix between Akagi and Yumeria. She's an eccentric, kawaii girl who only cares about being an idol.
Yeah, that is weird because like the whole point of Akiba Blue before was to be like the grounding force with the team.
She doesn't know anything about Super Sentai, which is fine, but we already have Yumeria and Akagi to fill in that silly character role.
Yeah.
Mitsuki being the dry and serious girl to balance these two was kinda necessary in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Having all three characters be goofy and silly just feels like too much. I guess if I wanted to be charitable, I could say that Akagi's character growth comes from him now taking on a more competent leader role. Like, he was so dedicated to fixing Ryu Ranger and Kiba Ranger, and now he's also trying to help mentor Luna on how all of this works.
What the hell just happened on screen?
I know scheduling conflicts are bound to happen, but you didn't have to film season 2 when you did. I'm sure you could have delayed it for a few months if it means you'd have all characters returning.
I'm gonna be real on this. Yeah, I agree with that. I concur wholly.
But hey, what can you do? I do appreciate the small changes in Akiba Blue's hair, pose, and roll call. They are trying to give Luna her own character and not just have her be a poor woman's Mitsuki. Anyway, we finally learned where Yumeria was during all of this. She got married.
Who are they?
I guess it's kind of fitting considering that was supposed to be her conflict in the parent episode before it got all sad.
Oh.
She's married to some random guy, but her mother-in-law is super strict, not allowing any otaku culture in her life. So Yumeria is forced to be a normie around her.
No!
Because of this, her delusion power is weakening, so Akagi sneaks into her room to try and light that spark again. Via yaoi.
Oh!
Of course. It's successful and they destroy the monster, with Luna showing up only because Hakase paid her idol agency a fee.
Oh.
However, the episode does end nicely, with Yumeria's mother-in-law revealing that she's also an otaku nerd, accepting of her new daughter's lifestyle. Which is really nice in the full circle of it all.
Wait, that's so funny. The pose was so good. That was amazing. I have a script idea. I might be a little bit before we can get to it. Let me tell you.
Yumeria once again has a
Good friend,
mother
I
that she
agree.
can relate to and
I
share
agree.
her passion of nerd culture with. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite episode of the season.
Ooh.
So Luna's auditioning for a movie with the famous American director George Spielberg. During the audition,
Okay.
one of the girls does a
Okay.
dance from Sun Vulcan, where he excitedly cheers her on. When Luna tells Akagi about this, he comes to the realization that George is a big Super Sentai fan, with Luna mentioning how he had 2 action figures by his side. Akagi pulls up a picture of what she's talking about, but accidentally pulls up a picture from the American ripoff series Powerful Rangers.
That's
which Akagi is
insane.
not a fan of. They get jumped and thrown into a delusion, where they're greeted by
There they are!
the Powerful Rangers. I guess this is technically Jason and Tommy. I'll go into why I think that's the case in a second. The Powerful Rangers are crude, loud, and arrogant. But Luna, not being a Sentai fan, thinks they're pretty cool. specifically pointing out their cool neck pads. Jason and Tommy are persistent in saying that Super Sentai ripped off Powerful Ranger. They get into a fight and the Akiba Rangers lose. When they get back to the real world,
So good.
Super Sentai history has once again been changed,
Oh.
with all of Super Sentai up to Gal Ranger being erased.
What?
And Gal Ranger is the new first ever Super Sentai that was stolen from America's Wild Force.
That is insane, first of all.
They actually name drop Wild Force, so because of that, they're using actual Power Rangers canon. Therefore, this is Jason and Tommy.
Sure, you know what? Let's go for it. What? Maybe they did work out something with Saban, and that's why they can only use up to Wild Force.
Everyone is distraught at this, except Luna, who again thinks the Powerful Rangers are cool and the originals, and this delusion was caused because of her. Since she doesn't know anything, they try to educate her on the importance of Super Sentai, but she doesn't care. I love how when they're looking at
That
merch
expression.
trying to see
What is it? What in the Marvel Comics is this musculature? What in the Marvel Comics is this? Huh?
if there's any trace of old Super Sentai, the comic book they find has a roided out Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is too accurate.
Yeah.
Why are the Power Rangers always drawn and given insane bodybuilder physiques? I have so many action figures that are just
Yeah.
not accurate. Back in the
True.
Delusion,
That's what I
Akagi
was
and Yumeria
saying.
try to use the same strategy as the Die Rangers, reminding them of all the cool and epic adventures they had in their season, but it doesn't work. So Akagi takes a different approach, talking about how Zhu Ranger fought and stood up against impossible odds. Super Sentai was on the brink of cancellation, and Zhu Ranger's popularity with merch and toys helped keep Super Sentai alive.
So this shocked me, because I've seen bits and pieces of this episode because it's just so famous. I don't think until I saw this did I realize that Super Sentai was doing poorly. Because like people always talk up how Jetman is like the most amazing thing in the world. I think Jetman was pretty lame. I'm just saying. Okay. I've seen the Captain America pose. That's why I literally called it the Marvel Comics style. But I didn't realize that Super Sentai was like dying. And obviously Zhu Ranger was a giga success at the time and helped them really spin into a different era of Super Sentai. Despite it all being the Heisei era of when they were doing it, it really did. Like if you look at pre-Zhu Ranger and post-Zhu Ranger, it's super important. What is Jetman? I thought Jetman was the season that saved Sentai. I think it was Zhu Ranger, at least from what they're saying it is. I didn't like Jetman. I'm just saying. Jetman got famous because of the drama and the plot being famous. Very famous by mothers. Oh, right. And they really liked Guy. I do remember hearing that. It resonated with so many kids. Luna's in shock as to why Akagi and Yumeria keep fighting this hard. And they say it's simply because they love Super Sentai. This is their life, and the Zhu Rangers are warriors of passion, always being by children's sides. Yumeria then hands Akagi a special and familiar weapon. And with that high-quality toy that plays sounds straight from the show, the Zhu Rangers return to normal. First of all, that explosion was amazing. That is an amazing explosion. That's an amazing explosion. Jetman was up from 5-man, but they were still on a downward trajectory until O-Ranger saved it with toy sales. Really? Because O-Ranger did really badly in terms of ratings. I guess ratings versus toy sales are very different things. So, surprising.
Joining the Akiba Rangers in battle, and yes, of course they play the song. Luna then becomes inspired seeing the love and passion Yumeria and Akagi have for Super Sentai, lighting a fire in her heart to fight with the true strength of Sentai.
That's
Again,
dope.
I love how it's
That's
Zhu
dope.
Ranger that did this for her. The heart and spirit of Zhu Ranger is able to inspire everyone.
I do love
Luna's
that. I'm not gonna
experiencing
lie.
that childlike wonder as a teenager because Zhu Ranger just has that power over everyone.
Zhu Ranger's a fun season. I'm going to be real.
don't know if it needs this much glaze though. I'm just saying.
Granting the
I think Die Ranger should have gotten this much glaze. Where's my Kaku Ranger glaze? What's happening?
Akiba Rangers a new power-up weapon. A big buckle that summons the dino metals and destroys the monster.
That's so funny.
And the episode ends with Luna deciding to stay on the team, even if only because she believes it'll somehow advance her idol career.
I mean, listen, gotta have a goal.
I'm sure you could see why
Do your
this
best,
episode
queen.
is easily my favorite of season 2. It's a massive tribute to Super Sentai and that feeling you had as a kid.
Go book a quarry session. You can film explosions. Wait, can you really? Wait, that'd be insane. Motivation's motivation. I agree. I concur. Car Ranger saved Sentai because it's comedic, then Saban made it into a serious season for some reason. Because they didn't want to do a comedic season.
The Power Ranger stuff is also tons of fun. And despite Power Rangers kind of being painted as the villains, the spirit and imagery of Zyuranger and Mighty Morphin are interchangeable in this episode.
I would say
It's
so.
such a beautiful and
Yeah.
perfect tribute to both Power Rangers and Super Sentai. It's a shame, though, this is where season 2 peaks. For example, the next episode is where Akagi gets a battleizer, but we gotta trudge along to get there. Shogun creates a kawaii robot girl that, well, it turns Akagi on. He's really in.
I'm just saying this is peak. I'm just saying this is peak. You know what I mean? I'm just saying this is peak. What's wrong with this?
He's really into robot girls and he can't bring himself to hit her. So everyone spends the entire episode trying to have him not be a gooner for robo girls.
But wait, that is actually so stupid. I understand.
And does it work? No! He just can't help himself, with the solution being that Akagi gets to live out his waifu fantasy with Aoitan, his one true 2D love. In a pretty cool transition where 2D Aoitan embraces Akagi and she transforms into his armor. And with
Wait,
his power
that is actually so cool. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
and dagger in his hand, he destroys the Robo Girl. Akagi didn't need to learn his lesson. There's a nice Hurricane
Why would he?
tribute that relies heavily on her.
Oh, it's them. It's the third Thunder Ranger. It's the third Thunder Ranger that was canceled. It's them. So we talked about this before when we watched Hurricaneer in Discord. There was concept art and concept designs for a third member of Goraiger to join the team, and this is what they were supposed to look like to fit in with Kuwaga Raiger and Kabuto Raiger, and this was them. I don't know what they are, but yeah.
On Hurricaneer lore and references. Naturally, I didn't catch on to most of what's going on.
I got you. Don't worry,
but I still
Connor.
wanted to mention the episode because it's the third outrageous power the Akiba Rangers get.
Oh,
Season 1 had
The
Deca
ball.
Ranger, Bokenger, and Jetman, and Season 2 uses Die Ranger, Zyuranger, and Hurricaneer.
that's such an interesting combination because like Zyuranger goes into Die Ranger, but then it's like 10 years before Hurricaneer.
Where, just like before, they're able to combine all three weapons to create a new blaster.
Oh,
There's an episode fairly similar to the Nibori-san tribute, where Shogun hires someone named Okamoto-san to do mocap for his new monster. Okamoto-san was the suit actor for a lot of the villains, so the Akiba Rangers need to set the mood for the villain to yearn for a gracious defeat. Speaking of Shogun,
wow.
you'll notice that I really haven't been mentioning him.
I actually forgot who they were. I heard Connor saying Shogun, and I was like, who?
And that's because he really doesn't do anything. We're 2/3 of the way through this season,
Not Jazzy NYC, Connor. Are you kidding me?
and we still don't know his motivation or anything. He just wants to mess with Super Sentai history. Eventually, he traps the Akiba Rangers in his delusion, and with his knowledge of Super Sentai tropes, he's able to get the upper hand on the Akiba Rangers, placing the Rangers in a summertime and Christmas time episode, where Sentai teams are usually at their weakest.
Unless it's Kaku Ranger, in which they get Santa Claus to join them and beat evil. I'm just saying, Kaku Ranger would have been perfect.
Eventually, Malsina shows up and betrays Shogun. She was only using Shogun to learn about Super Sentai villain factions, so she could absorb that information and use it for herself. Where she destroys Shogun, and we finally learn his identity. He's a dentist. He's just some random guy who, I guess, wasn't aware of what was going on somehow. It's really strange. I don't fully understand how he was under mind control in the real world.
Listen, dentistry, villainy. I'm sure there's a correlation there somewhere, maybe.
And then we never see him again.
Yeah.
We don't learn why he was evil or wanting to change Sentai.
Sounds about right.
He had no clue what he was doing until he was destroyed. Not only that, but Malsina has also revived Delunite. Before the Akiba Rangers fight, Malsina drops a bombshell, saying that they're not their enemy. She tries to remind the Akiba Rangers about Season 1.
Wait, is this actually a plot point that they overwrote season? There's no shot. There's no shot that that's actually a plot point within a plot point.
Through Season 1, how it was Akagi who got called to the Pentagon, not Mitsuki. How all of their memories have for some reason been changed. Malsina reminds everyone about the true villain, Hate Saburo.
Oh.
Okay, so here's where the story gets so convoluted and messy that I'm just gonna try my best to explain it. All right.
Wait. No, that makes total sense to me.
So back in Season 1, when Malsina found a portal to the real world, there were actually 2 portals.
Okay.
One to the real world of Akiba Ranger, and the other to our world. She took the portal and found Hate Saburo in a hospital, where she's been posing as a nurse to take care of him and manipulate him. When Malsina learned she was being written off the show, she had a new plan: to rewrite history and erase Super Sentai. Instead, now having 30 plus years of the Malsina show, where every season she would destroy Super Sentai teams. And that plan is coming true, because back in the real world, Super Sentai history is slowly being
not Pandora being replaced by. Wait, that's so crazy. What an insane shot this is.
Erased and replaced with Malsina, the Akiba Rangers fighter, even combining both Season 1 and 2 blasters to create a super weapon, but it has no effect. That's because the world of delusion is now being controlled by Malsina, and Sentai tropes that would normally defeat the bad guys have no effect here.
That makes
Akagi
sense.
loses all hope and refuses to help the others next time there's a fight. But Luna finally learns the true heart and spirit of Super Sentai. Not
She
caring
leveled
about
up.
her idol career, managing to put up a fight, but is quickly shut down. Eventually, Akagi shows up and starts acting different, telling Yumeria and Luna to go away. He uses them as a human shield, and even tells Hakase that they should get married.
Wait, is it he's doing the opposite of Sentai tropes?
Akagi then actually destroys Delunite all by himself. Okay, what was the point of
It's to break out of Sentai tropes so they couldn't be controlled.
all that? In this new twisted world where the villains are always winning, the tropes have now been reversed.
Yeah, see? I knew it.
Normally, a selfish character in Super Sentai who says, "This is the end," or "Let's get married," it always ends in tragedy, with that character dying.
Apparently.
So Akagi using all the negative tropes here works in the hero's favor.
That's crazy.
The Rangers then fight Malsina, but she's too strong. So they then, for some reason, pray to the gods, and they send down the 4th unofficial member of the team,
Okay, that's just Ultraman. That is just
Ace.
That is just Ultraman. That is just Ultraman. What do you mean? That
A giant hero, seemingly destroying Malsina. Hakase's scorpion tattoo also returns. She's now completely changed into this kawaii maid cafe girl, using a diamond on her head to transport the Akiba Rangers to a new dimension. Why is this happening? So another
What? Huh?
nurse has been sneaking into Hate Saburo.
Okay, I need this as a reaction gift. Or a reaction gif. I need this as a reaction gif so bad.
Room and manipulating him to sign a new contract from a rival TV series. That rival TV series was Prism Ace. So that means Super Sentai is still coming to an end, and Prism Ace will be the new hero TV show. And Hakase was written in as a transitional character to loosely tie together Super Sentai and Prism Ace.
That
sounds stupid?
insane.
Good. We're still not done. So
Oh,
Malsina needs to trick Hate Saburo into writing a new Versus movie where the Akiba Rangers fight Prism Ace. It works, and Malsina uses a Magi Ranger spell to make Akagi grow. And with the help of his team, they destroy Prism Ace. Hate Saburo gets released from the hospital, but the Akiba Rangers still have one more mission.
What is happening? What is going... Okay,
You
go
see,
ahead.
there's a holdover story from Prism Ace, where he was supposed to destroy a fleet of aliens. But since the Akiba Rangers destroyed Prism Ace, it's now up to them to finish his mission. It's dangerous, and the Akiba Rangers don't think they'll survive. Where Hakusei
Trope. Sentai trope.
tries to motivate them, saying, "You guys promised you'd watch the new Aoitan movie together." However, Kozu says that that's a trope that leads to the characters sacrificing themselves for the greater good.
That's what I'm saying! I just said this!
Hakusei realizes her mistake and tells them to forget what she said. But it's too late! The Akiba Rangers start plunging towards the sun, and then they fucking die.
8? No way!
Yes, they die! I didn't think this was the case at first, considering there's still one more episode. It's once again a lazy clip show, but at the end, we see Akagi, Yumeria, and Luna in the cafe, slowly fading away, watching over their friends, telling the viewers to not be sad, saying that if they're ever needed again, Hate Saburo will just revive them. And that's how Akiba Ranger Season 2 ends.
Wait, that is insane. They just die.
I'll be honest, that kinda sucks.
Oh,
Sure, they've shown that
wow.
continuity can just be rewritten however they want due to the nature of the show. But it's a bit
Oh my
too
gosh,
in your face,
dude.
you know?
What?
Like, yes, I know that this is a fictional world that can be written and changed however and whenever, but things still need to feel like they matter. It doesn't need to be rubbed
they
in your
did.
face that, yeah, they're dead, but who cares? We'll just write them alive again if we want. It just feels lazy. One of my praises of season 1 was that they didn't rely on the fact that they were a parody to have lazy writing.
Okay,
But
listen, I think that's hilarious personally, but I understand.
here,
I understand.
that's exactly what they did.
I get
And
it.
oh
I
man,
get it.
that final stretch of the show, in my opinion, was so convoluted and messy. Shogun just disappears without ever learning anything about him, despite being the main villain. Then the Prism Ace stuff happens, and
Okay.
Hate Saburo and meta villains are all thrown into the last episode. It was so uninteresting. Funnily enough, Season 2 kind of fell into the tropes that Season 1 was really good at making fun of, replacing
I see what he's saying.
a main cast member with a new ranger.
Yeah.
Sure, it was because of real life obligations, but still, they went with it. As well as introducing new villains deep into the season. Both things were joked about in Season 1, but here,
They
just
actually happened.
did it.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean I hate Akiba Ranger Season 2? No, absolutely not. It's perfectly fine.
Oh my
the best
God.
episodes were the ones that had Akagi interacting with past Sentai.
Yeah, I was gonna
think
say,
those
it
were done
sounds
the
like
most
it.
creatively, using
Hi,
real-world
Grebbles.
references and implications to turn them back to their old selves. I think this should have been the focus of Season 2, entering some kind of alternate Sentai dimension where the Akiba Rangers need to fix them. Everything else was still top tier. The acting, the characters, the action. It's just, again, I firmly believe they wrote Season 1 with the reality of not getting a sequel.
I mean, I can understand that. And then season 2 is they definitely wrote season 2 with the reality of not getting a sequel, but like even crazier. They're like, well, we're not getting a third season. We're not getting a movie. This is it. This is what we got.
So they went all out and left no stone unturned. And it was so good that they got a Season 2, and then they didn't know what to do with it.
I get
Ironically,
that.
leaving it open-ended for a Season 3 that most likely we'll never get.
Yeah, we'll never get
But
it.
yeah, that was Hikonin Sentai Akiba Ranger.
Okay, fair
a
enough,
parody
fair
series
enough.
that was able to touch the hearts of Sentai fans and Power Rangers fans alike. It pays tribute in the most respectful ways possible and reminds everyone why we love this stuff. It's not just a silly show with colorful suits and rubber-suited monsters. It resonates with us and reminds us
sure.
that no matter how old we
Kidding,
get,
yes,
the
absolutely.
fanboy and fangirl within us all will never die.
I concur. That was a good video. Good job, Connor. Oh, wait. There's still like 3 minutes left. Is it playing CBS 2?
Hi. I like to have these videos go at least an hour long. I think the algorithm likes it and it's a good number. I don't think we quite hit it today, so I'm gonna play some Capcom versus SNK 2.
Fight! And he's playing on London stage! Let's go, Connor! Oh, wait, it's not London stage. Wait, which stage is this? The windmill? I think it's windmill stage. Windmill stage. Windmill stage. Connor, wait, is that actually all he's gonna do is play CVS 2? It was. Wait, that's so funny. That is so funny. That is so funny. I love you, Connor. Never change. Never change. Everyone say thank you, Connor, for a banger video. Everyone say thank you, Connor. Oh my gosh, dude. Shit, what a web. Oh my goodness gracious. That's insane. That's insane. Well, that does in fact bring us to the end of our Akibaranger video watch along. So I want to say thank you guys for hanging out and vibing with me through this. That was amazing. I liked that way more than I thought I was going to. Genuinely, incredibly fun. I didn't know anything about Akibaranger, and we went in, and I feel educated. I will agree based on what was shown to me, maybe a little bit of bias towards Connor's opinions in this case. Season 1 did seem stronger. Season 1 absolutely did seem stronger, and for exactly the same reasons that Connor said. So very much had fun with that, very much enjoyed it. Yeah, really had a good time. Jeez. But in case you guys are thinking that the stream is over, it's not. The stream's not over. Guys, while we are done with Akibaranger for tonight, we are not done with the stream. We're going to be dipping over into some VCraft and continuing with the adventures of Royale from Flexington. So we're going to dive over into that now. If you give me a few moments to get up, get some water, stretch, everything like that, we're going to pivot over into it, and I will do the announcement that we're doing that, and we'll pivot over. So guys, sit tight on Twitch. YouTube, I'm just going to redirect you into the Minecraft stream. So sit tight. I'm going to redirect you guys there. Okay? Sit tight. I'll be right back, all right? I'll be right back. We're going to go to the starting soon screen.